Hi everyone. So I'm not gonna lie to you, one of my guilty pleasures, my guilty shortcuts I should say, is rotisserie chicken from Costco. It's so good, I could totally eat this entire one just as it is. But you know, the starving artist in me thinks about this for a minute and says, you know, I could just devour this like some kind of animal, or I could think for a few minutes, put a little bit of creativity, spend a few more dollars, and turn this into a big steaming pot of love. That's right, rotisserie chicken soup coming at ya. So my first step is remove my little friend from its little tray. As you can see, this tray is filled with chicken fat, and we're gonna use it. Oh yeah. So we're gonna put our pot over medium heat, and we're gonna dump all this, look at that, oh yeah. That is flavor right there. Oh my God. Don't be afraid to add a little butter in here, a little oil if you need to, if your veggies start to soak this up at some point. We're gonna heat this up till it gets nice and hot, and then we're gonna put in our veggies. Sorry. So now that all of our fat is nice and hot at the bottom of our soup pan, it's time to add our vegetables. This is a can of mirepoix, celery, carrots, and onions, pre-chopped and sliced, ready to go from Trader Joe's. I love you, TJ, you're fantastic. Mirepoix all in. And we're also gonna put an entire package of cremini mushrooms that has been coarsely chopped, again from Trader Joe's, $1.99, you can't go wrong. TJ, I still love you. Good. Now, we need a couple of big pinches of salt. Yeah. And multiple grinds of black pepper. And we're gonna take our spoon and we're gonna give it a stir. And then you wanna just cook this, not super high. You don't wanna fry it. You just wanna cook it down and sweat it until everything is soft and translucent. So that's probably gonna take you about 6 or 7 minutes. So while that's happening, I'm gonna go and chop my carrots. Now, I don't like a lot of stuff in my chicken soup. Really, all I need are big chunks of carrots, noodles, and chicken. That's all I want. So here, I've got 3 big carrots, got in the bulk bin from Ralph's. I'm gonna chop these on the bias in nice big chunks like that. You don't want them too huge because they'll just take forever to cook. So I'm gonna just try and keep the same slice. If we had a budget on this show, I'd have someone do this for me, but as you can see, I'm having to chop my own carrots, but that's okay. I just like to use chopping to sort of get out all my aggression and just kind of get away and forget about all my starving artist troubles, like, you know, where my next paycheck's coming from, that rash that I can't afford to get the cream for, and that night I spent on the corner trying to make my rent money back. Now, I love putting fresh herbs in my soup. The whole idea is we're trying to make a really homemade soup, like rustic. I think the best way to do that is just take a bunch of fresh herbs and just throw them in the soup and tie them into a bundle. So what I have here is parsley, and I have this fantastic poultry herb blend. It's sage, rosemary, and thyme. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. All in a convenient little package. And the other thing I need are bay leaves because they're incredibly aromatic. I'm gonna do 3 bay leaves. And then what I'm gonna do is take some cheesecloth. Again, I just usually have this sitting around in my drawer. I know you all have cheesecloth at home. It's just not a big deal, right? And I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna put it right in the cheesecloth and I'm gonna roll it up. If you don't have cheesecloth at home, you can just tie it up with a bunch of twine. The benefit of not using cheesecloth is that all the herbs and things will actually fall off of the branches and get into your soup. And if you like that, that's kind of awesome. So as you can see, I have this nice and wrapped up with my cheesecloth. I'm gonna just take my twine and tie it up, just how it likes to be tied up. Now that our veggies are nice and cooked down, it's time to add our carrots and our herbs and also our chicken stock. These 2 boxes of stock, you can use your favorite. This is mine from, oh yes, Costco, that you get in a pack of 6 because you always need 6 half-gallons of chicken stock. I'm doing this as obnoxiously as possible so it makes gurgling, ridiculous noises. Oh yeah, you like to hear that? Uh-huh. There we go. Good. And now that the stock's in there, we're gonna jack our heat up to high because we have to bring this to a boil. I'm gonna get my carrots, and my herbs. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add another pinch of salt. And you should know your stock, know how salty your stock is. Do another little pinch of pepper. Give it a stir. Make sure it's on high, and then bring it to a boil. So while our broth comes to a boil, it's time to turn our attention back to our chicken. What we have to do is get every single piece of meat and fat and skin and goodness off of this carcass. And all of it is gonna go into our soup, and that's what's gonna make it taste amazing. I like to start with the thighs first. I'm gonna take off the wing. Ooh, there we go. Oh my God. I like to just get the breast right against that bone and just peel the whole thing off. That is a fine looking breast. Not that I would know. And then, when you have all this stuff up here, do not forget to turn, oh my God, look at this. I'm sorry. Do not forget the underside. All the skin. And now we get to chop it up into bite-sized pieces. And see, I'm cutting right through the skin too. You don't want huge chunks of skin. I mean, I like a little skin in my soup, but like, if you're gonna put it in there, make sure you chop it up. Although, it is pretty freaking good. In fact, this one, oh look, no one's gonna miss that one. Look over there. Oh my god, this is, I don't even know why we're making the soup, honestly. It's so good. I know people like their soup shredded, so if you want to do that, you can just take these end pieces, these breast pieces like this, and just kind of pull them apart into strips like that. Really, just get the meat off of the bones into the pot. That's the goal. And this is the beauty of rotisserie chickens, because they're so tender, it just falls apart. And voila, there's our rotisserie chicken turned into a nice big bowl of chopped chicken meat. Be careful when you're doing this about bones, because some of them can be really tiny. So we're gonna put all of this into our pot of soup. As you can see, our pot is boiling and our carrots are softening. And so now we're gonna adding all this chicken in here. Oh my goodness. Now what's gonna happen is this chicken is going to decrease the temperature of our pot here. So what we're gonna do is bring this back up to a boil, and then we're gonna add our noodles. Look at that, our soup is now back up to a boil. And now it's time for the last step, which is of course, the noodles. I have here store-bought, store-brand egg noodles, and all we're gonna put in here are 3 handfuls, just 3, I'm not even joking. More than that, and your soup will be just noodles and no broth. So I'm gonna do 3 times, ready? 1, 2, and 3. So basically we're gonna cook this for as long as your package says to. This says about 7 to 9 minutes, so I'm gonna give it 10. I'm gonna stir them all around in there. I'm gonna cover it up. And we're also gonna turn this down to about medium low. You want it to simmer about 10 minutes and we'll be done. Oh my god, what? Who? No. So it's been 10 minutes, and we know that means it's soup time. I'm gonna give this a stir. Ugh, the noodles are all nice and soft, everything is cooked. We're gonna kill the heat, and we have one more step. We have to get rid of this big herb bundle in here before we can eat the soup. I'm gonna fish around. Oh, there it is. This thing is a beast. But it all dripped out of there. See how soft those herbs are? It's giving them all their flavor into that broth. Done. Now, I like to have an extra box of stock on hand just in case, because sometimes when you're cooking the noodles will absorb some of the broth while it's cooking. This I'm going to actually add just a little bit more to, because I love my soup a little brothy. Especially if you're feeling exceptionally poor this week, you can stretch your soup out even farther. Because more broth means more people being fed. Yay! Got a bowl, and get my ladle. And I'm going to just ladle the soup right, oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna taste a little bit of the broth. It's super hot. Oh, you can taste the herbs going through that broth. I'll get some of this chicken. Oh, amazing. See, all we need a little bit of time, a few extra bucks. You have this big, huge pot of soup. It'll make you so happy. Thank you for joining us this week. You can get this recipe on my blog, also down below in the description, beneath your video. And I hope you join us next time.